Have you ever found yourself wondering, how do I really know if she is not interested in me? Maybe you are dating again after years of being in a relationship. Maybe you are talking to someone new and you cannot quite tell where you stand. Or maybe even in your own marriage, you sometimes sense distance and ask yourself, is she pulling away? I am Dr. Anna Collins, and for many years I have helped men understand not only their own health and confidence, but also the psychology of women, what they truly feel, what they often do not say, and how to recognize the signals hidden in their behavior. In today's video, I am going to walk you through the 7 most common things women do when they are not interested in a man. And more importantly, I will explain what those signals really mean and how you can respond with dignity and clarity instead of frustration or confusion. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe. Every single day, I share fresh, practical advice about men's health, relationships, and psychology, all designed to help you feel stronger, more confident, and more connected. So let us get started. When a woman is not interested, one of the first things you notice is that her energy feels absent. She may still answer your calls, she may still reply to your texts, but it feels flat. The spark, the enthusiasm, the curiosity, it is missing. Think about the times when someone is excited to talk with you. Their voice has warmth, they ask questions, they lean in. Now compare that to someone who is only half present. Short replies, distracted glances, polite smiles that do not quite reach the eyes. That difference in energy tells you everything. Women rarely say outright, "I am not interested." Instead, their behavior becomes quieter, colder, more mechanical. She is there in body, but not in spirit. And when you sense this shift, it is not your imagination. It is a sign. The reason this matters so much is because energy is contagious. If she is not truly interested, you will feel drained instead of uplifted. And deep down, you already know the truth by how you feel after being with her. And here is the key. Once you recognize this absence of energy, the healthiest response is not to chase harder, but to step back. Because a woman who truly values your presence will naturally meet you with her own spark, her own warmth, her own effort. If you are the only one carrying the energy, then the connection is already unbalanced, and love cannot grow in imbalance. Another clear signal is distance. I do not just mean physical distance, although that matters too. I mean emotional distance. She does not let you in. She avoids eye contact. She may stand or sit a step farther away than others do. Or she shares less about her own life, keeping everything on the surface. This distance is not cruelty. It is simply her way of creating boundaries without having to explain them. Many women hope that men will get the hint rather than risk hurting feelings by saying no directly. If you notice that every attempt you make to connect is met with walls, not doors, that is her telling you without words that she does not want deeper connection. And the important thing to remember is this: her distance is not necessarily about you doing something wrong. Sometimes it is simply that the chemistry is not there for her, and that is okay. What matters is that you recognize it and respect it. And here's the deeper truth. When a woman feels genuine interest, distance melts away almost effortlessly. She leans closer without thinking, she lingers in conversation, she shares personal details without being asked. If none of this is happening, then her space is not just physical. It is emotional space that she is intentionally choosing to keep. Time is one of the most valuable things any of us can give. When a woman is interested, she will find ways to include you, even if life is busy. She might squeeze in a phone call or send a message just to let you know she is thinking of you. But when she is not interested, time with you will always be at the bottom of her list. She cancels often, shows up late, or keeps conversations as short as possible. You may notice that you are always the one initiating, always the one asking, always the one chasing her availability. This pattern is not because she is too busy. Everyone is busy. It is because she does not prioritize you. Her time goes toward the people and activities that truly matter to her. It can feel painful to accept, but it is one of the clearest signs. When someone wants you in their life, they make space for you. When they do not, there is always an excuse. And here's the key. If you notice you are constantly fighting for a tiny corner of her time, you are not in her priority circle. Real interest does not make you compete for scraps of attention. It naturally includes you in her schedule because she wants you there. Human beings naturally seek closeness with those they are drawn to. A woman who is interested might touch your arm when she laughs, lean in when she speaks, or find reasons to be near you. But when she is not interested, the opposite happens. She avoids physical closeness. Her body angles away. She keeps her arms folded. She may step back if you get too near, and she will rarely, if ever, initiate touch. This lack of physical connection is not always conscious, but it is telling. The body speaks honestly, even when words are polite. If you feel like you are reaching out and she is constantly pulling back, trust that message. It is not rejection of your worth. It is simply her way of saying that the chemistry is not there for her. And here's something worth noting. If she feels genuine attraction, her body language will almost always reveal it before her words do. She will naturally lean in, her gestures will open, and she will welcome closeness without hesitation. If that warmth is missing, forcing physical connection will never create it. Interest is not only measured in words or time, but in emotional presence. When a woman is interested, she invests emotionally. She remembers details you shared, asks about your day, notices your moods, and shows empathy. When she is not interested, conversations feel shallow. She may respond politely, but rarely asks follow-up questions. She may not remember things you told her, or if she does, she shows little genuine curiosity. Emotional engagement is one of the clearest ways women show interest. If she is uninterested, she will keep everything light, distant, and impersonal. And here is the truth. Real attraction is about emotional connection as much as physical. If she is not willing to connect emotionally, you will always feel like you are on the outside of her world. And here's the reality many men miss. Women thrive on emotional depth when they care. If she feels invested, even small details matter to her. If she forgets, avoids, or deflects emotional closeness, that is her way of keeping you in the category of acquaintance, not potential partner. Sometimes the clearest sign a woman is not interested is that she openly talks about other men she finds attractive, men she spends time with, men who clearly hold her attention. This does not always mean she is trying to hurt you. In fact, sometimes she mentions other men in hopes that you will recognize she is not available. It is a gentle way of drawing a line without confrontation. If you notice she lights up when talking about someone else, but stays flat when talking to you, that is a painful but undeniable signal. Her heart and her attention are simply not with you. And while it can sting, it also gives you clarity. You no longer have to guess. Her focus has already told you where her desire lies. And here's the thing. When a woman is truly interested in you, she does not fill your presence with talk of other men. Instead, she uses that time to connect with you, to draw closer, to explore the possibility of something more. If you hear the opposite, it is her polite way of telling you where you stand. At the end of the day, the strongest sign a woman is not interested is lack of reciprocity. You text, she gives short replies. You invite, she cancels. You compliment, she changes the subject. Interest always creates effort, even small effort. A woman who likes you will find little ways to give back, to show you that you matter. A woman who does not will leave you doing all the work. It is easy to make excuses for her. She is tired, she is busy, she is stressed. But over time, patterns speak louder than excuses. If you are the only one giving, the balance is broken. And that is not interest. That is disinterest wrapped in politeness. So what do you do with all of this? First, you recognize the signs. When a woman is not interested, she will withdraw her energy, create distance, limit her time, avoid touch, stay emotionally shallow, talk about other men, and fail to reciprocate. Second, you respond with dignity. You do not chase, beg, or try to convince her. You respect yourself enough to see the truth and to step back. And third, you remember this. Her disinterest is not a verdict on your value. It is simply a sign that the chemistry is not there for her. And that is okay. Because somewhere out there are women who will light up at your presence, who will lean in, who will give back, and who will make you feel alive again. Attraction cannot be forced, but it can be found when you stop wasting time on the closed doors and start noticing the ones that are open. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to subscribe. Every single day, I share clear, practical advice on men's health, confidence, relationships, and psychology. My goal is to help you live with more clarity, more strength, and more connection. Take care of yourself, keep your standards high, and I will see you in the next video.